All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sense of Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, with charity. All right, it's going to be another lesson, straight to the point. Okay, how E is a cold-blooded demon, a cold-blooded monster. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Okay. And here we have a article that proves that. Okay. And this is Law and Crime. And this was posted April 2nd this year, a few days ago. It says dad who left at least 6 bite marks on ungrateful quotations newborn he called evil and a little B word is sentenced. Okay, and here you have the guy right here by the name of Gavin Rogers. Okay, and look at him. This is the face of the devil. If you don't know, now you know. When the scriptures speak about the devil, the red dragon, Esau, Edom, the wicked, this is the man. This is he who made the earth a wilderness. And of course, I'm not just speaking of this individual, but of the whole nation, which he comes from, his progenitors, his forefathers. Okay, he comes from a long line of demons, going back to Cain, which the Lord gave Cain, who slew his brother, a mark, which we know was a loss of pigment. You can see the blood show forth through his skin, and that mark carried on that same spirit of Cain that came back in the reincarnation as Esau, Edom, the evil twin of Jacob, the forefather of the Israelites. Okay. And when Esau was born, of course, his father said, Ishashua, which means wasted away is he, right? And he also gained the nickname Edom, which means red, because he sold his birthright for a bowl of red lentils, right? But his name, Ishashua, means wasted away is he. What is wasted about him? His blood shows forth through his skin. That's why his father gave him that name. The scriptures say he came out red all over, like a hairy garment. And that's why this nation of people who call themselves white, but they're actually red. Look at this guy. You can see he's red. And that's how they look. The blood shows forth through their skin, which is something the Most High does throughout his creation in nature. I forget the actual name that scientists gave it, but it's basically a warning system. Okay, the scriptures say that the Lord gave Cain, and this is stuff we should already know, but I'm just speaking on it before I get into the article, you know, for edification's sake. But the scriptures say that Cain, the Lord gave him a mark so that the nations would fear him, in a sense of basically to stay away from him so they won't harm him, right? And I forget again the term that they have, that zoologists gave this term for different species of creatures that have bright colors to warn predators and other creatures to stay away from it. Like you have certain species of frog that have bright colors, right? But they carry a very strong poison, or toxic venom, if you will. I forget the proper name, but they have a poison and can kill, right? So that bright red color, or bright certain colors, is mainly red, is like a warning to stay away from that creature. Well, that's the same thing the Lord did with this nation of people, right? So let's get into this article, right? It says a 26-year-old father in Indiana was sentenced last week after admitting to biting his newborn daughter multiple times, leaving mouth-shaped bruises and teeth marks all over the infant's body. Alright, and this is supposed to be a father, man, a newborn, which the article is going to say she was taken into the hospital by the mother at 14 days old, 2 weeks in to this world, and she getting bid on by somebody that's supposed to be a protector. Okay, and you never even heard of Jake doing some shit like this, or really any other nation. Only this nation of people does shit like this. If somebody was to describe this story without saying the race of the person, you already know who did it. It's certain wicked shit Jake does, and you know it's a Jake by hearing it. Certain shit. And there's certain shit you can hear and you just know that's a cracker who did that. Right? The scriptures say, I have created man upright, but he sought out many inventions. And also says the way of the wicked seduceth him. Right? Oh, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. Let's keep reading. And this is also going to show you too that America is a wicked kingdom with a totally perverse justice system. Okay, it's going to show you what he was sentenced to. Boone County Circuit Court Judge Lori N. Shine, sounds like one of those people that you can't talk about, on Thursday sentenced Gavin Rogers to 3 years at the Indiana Department of Corrections after he pleaded guilty to 1 count of felony domestic battery resulting in bodily injury to a person less than 14 years of age. However, Sheen ordered that Rogers serve less than a year behind bars, beginning his sentence with 3 months at the Boone County Jail, then serving 9 months at Boone County Community Corrections, a supervised work release program that is an alternative to incarceration. So this nigga only gonna do 3 months in the can for biting all over his newborn daughter. And we're gonna get some of the notes from the nurses, because this shit is crazy. All right. In exchange for pleading guilty, prosecutors agreed to drop 1 count of neglect. So they gave this dude a deal. The judge gave him a deal. She gave him a slap on the wrist for biting all over his newborn daughter. Right? A so-called innocent, precious, in this world, right? That's what they say, which we know no man perish being innocent, child or whatever. If the Lord gave this little girl over to a demon, a complete demon as a father, because you are the seed of your father anyway. That little baby is a spirit of a devil in that baby anyway, because she is what her father is. Okay, so I ain't saying I feel sorry for the baby. It is effed up though, but that's the devil's daughter anyway. Okay. And if he was to do this to his own daughter, what else is he capable of? What else are these people capable of? Is the scary part, right? Let's keep reading a little more, and then we'll go get the scriptures. Shortly after arriving at the facility, hospital staff, they said the mom took her to the hospital, right, for a regularly scheduled checkup. So she didn't take the daughter because something was wrong with the daughter, or because she's seen the marks. That show you that the mom is a demon as well. First of all, who's procreating with a demon like this? First of all. Second of all, she didn't see them bite marks you took the babies for a regular checkup, and the nurses noticed. It says shortly after arriving to the facility, hospital staffers told authorities they discovered suspicious bruising on the baby's forearms, stomach, shoulders, knee, and leg. Right? A doctor at a children's hospital reported that the little girl appeared to have multiple bruises, several of which included visible teeth marks. Right? And the thing about it said when at the baby's birth, several nurses filed disturbing reports saying they overheard Rogers making aggressive and offensive comments about his daughter, referring to her as evil, little b, and ungrateful while she was in the NICU. So before the child was born, or after the child was born, he's already cursing the baby out in the hospital. And they said they noticed a distinct difference in the child's behavior when the mom gave the dad the baby. So the baby knew that in the spirit that her dad wasn't right. She came into the world being abused, and that trauma was going to be with that little girl for life, whether she remembers this or not. It's going to go into her subconscious, right? And there's more to the story. He tried to deny it at first, but then he admitted it. Oh, look, it says these injuries could only have been inflicted while using excessive force. So these people are demons. Esau is a demon. The dude who did it is a demon, right? His wife is a demon. So obviously, you can't tell me she didn't know what the hell was going on, right? The court system is a demon. The judge is a demon that only sentenced him to 3 months in the can, right? So what you think, if he can't reform somebody like this? Somebody who do this to their own daughter needs to be put down. They obviously are not right. But of course, the devil is going to show mercy to the devil, because they are one and the same. The devil looks out for his own. So that shows you that America is a wicked ass kingdom, man. It shouldn't be no question. There should be no type of mercy being shown to this guy. But it shows you that this is Esau's kingdom. They can get away with shit like this. If a Jake was to do some shit like this, they'll send him to fucking life in prison. Jake get 30 years for nothing. Okay? For something that the scriptures say you can, pay somebody back or get some stripes or whatever. All right? So let's get the scriptures, man. And that was long enough, Salakia. But this is the book of Job, chapter 30, which speaks in depth about the nature of these people, because you have a psychological term known as nature versus nurture. Well, you have different psychologists and people that study different individuals, different psychopathic people that that have done all type of wickedness, right? And they'll say, even with racism, different things. They say, well, you could have been taught this sort of behavior, from birth, either from your parents or from your environment, or that's nurture, meaning you were taught to be a certain way. And then you have nature, that's just the way that you are. That's the way you were born. Okay? So a lot of our people will defend Esau by saying, oh, those Edomites, those so-called white people that put us in slavery, or the racist white people, they just taught racism. Nobody's born racist, which that's bullshit. That's BS. Because according to the scriptures, the wicked, as soon as they be born, they go for speaking lies. Okay, they're born evil. Okay, that's their nature. And Job, who was a prophet, is going to break down the nature of the beast man. Okay, Esau, Edom. It says Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Okay? Because Esau is younger than us spiritually. Okay? Esau was the firstborn. He's the oldest brother, but Jacob is before Esau in the spirit, right? Scripture, the Most High said that Jacob is his firstborn, right? So that we have a higher status than Esau. But they now have us in derision. Job was speaking prophetically, right? So they have us in derision. They put us in slavery. They mock us. They talk shit about us. They stereotype us. There's some truth to the stereotypes, but they like to paint us as the most evil people in the world. But look at the type of shit that people do. It's certain shit Jake do, and it's certain shit Esau do. A lot of the shit Esau do, Jake would not do. Jake wouldn't even think to do. Our people are wicked as hell, but they don't compare to the wickedness of the devil. Okay? And the thing about it, these people were created to be the wicked. They were created to be evil. That's their nature. Okay? Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Job was a rich man. He had flock. He had sheep and cattle. And you have dogs to help, corral them and to, keep them in line, to keep coyotes away and whatnot. So Job had dogs. And he said he wouldn't, their fathers, which means the lineage of these people, their forefathers, he would not allow them to be around his dogs. Which is funny because I showed my wife this article, and she told me about an instance or another story. Recently, you had an Edomite, so-called white man, kidnap a pregnant woman and forced her at gunpoint to do sexual acts with his dog. And Lord willing, I could find the article. I didn't look it up, but she just told me, and I'm like, wow. Okay, man, and it's because of that type of activity why Job said this. It's common knowledge that so-called white people sleep with dogs. A lot of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them. Okay, and bestiality is legal in many states throughout the so-called USA. So I ain't making it up. It's on the books. It's a legal act in a lot of places, which show you it's written. The actual American government put out laws that said that it's okay to do. All right. Now, our heritage, the scriptures, the Holy Bible, which they claim to believe in, tells you you're supposed to be put to death for doing that. The animal too, right? And it's not just so-called white people. A lot of Moabites too be on that shit. But there's plenty stories. We heard plenty stories of so-called white women. A lot of them sleeping with dogs. They come out on video and tell you themselves. Yeah. Whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. And this is their history concerning them being cavemen, right? They like to say that we all evolved from cavemen. That's a lie. So-called white people devolved into cavemen for want and famine, right? Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat, meaning they were not farming or hunting, doing no type of agriculture. They were living as beasts. They were gathering shit, just picking roots, eating it raw. They weren't cooking no food, just like they show you. Oh, cavemen, they don't cook, they don't hunt, or they may hunt something, catch bugs or whatever. But they are base, right? And it's the key point. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. So these people were pushed into the caves by the other nations because they're just so wicked and evil. They got chased away. People got fed up with them because of their nature. So after they got pushed away, that's why they're known as Caucasian, from the Caucasus Mountains. They weren't always there from the beginning of the time. They got pushed there for a period of time known as the Dark Ages, that they want you to forget about. That's why they tell you we all come from cavemen 500, 100 million years ago, all that bullshit to deceive you, to confuse the world, because they don't want you to know that they were the real cavemen. Right? They have an animalistic, beast-like nature, which all the heathen do, but Esau, as the scriptures say, is the basest of men. Right? Among the bushes, they brayed like donkeys. They made sounds. They didn't even have a spoken language. They were grunting. They devolved. They used to have a language, prior to them being pushed. But once they got pushed in the caves, they just devolved. Mentally, spiritually, the Most High, brought them down low, like he did King Nebuchadnezzar. Turned him into an animal. Right? Under the nettles, they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Those are your cavemen. Dirty, nasty, hair grown out, untamed, grunting. The Bible tells you. This is Esau. This is their history that they don't want you to know about. But when they do shit like this, it's clear to see. It's clear to see. This is the key. This is the caveman. This is the beast man. Okay? Just look at him. Does he not look like a caveman? Right? So it says, and now am I their song. Yeah, I am their byword. So now they call us niggers and spicks and talk shit about us. They call us savages and all. And they were actually walking around and, I ain't even gonna say walking. These niggas was probably crawling on their knuckles and shit. Braying, making grunts and shit. This what they was actually doing. And then they came out of the caves, and the Most High turned them back up, turn their spirit up a little bit, cleaned them up so that they could conquer the earth according to prophecy. Right now we are their byword for a time, but the Lord is going to turn them back to their beast-like nature, which is what we see it. We see it's coming out right now, which shows you they're devolving back into that beast-like nature. They're going back to their old ways. Okay. So there's more scriptures that can be brought out on this, but the point has been made. I didn't want to make it too long. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rahawadash, until the next one. Shalom.